This is absolutely brutal for Zack Wheeler, this pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies. They say ace pitcher Zack Wheeler's season is over. Wheeler he was diagnosed with thoracic outlet syndrome, probably butchered it, but we move forward and will require additional surgery that's expected to sideline him for 6 to 8 months. The team announced Saturday. Wheeler had a follow-up evaluation following a procedure Monday to remove a blood clot from his upper right arm. After receiving a second opinion, it was recommended that Wheeler undergo that surgery again in the coming weeks. Such a surgery would threaten Wheeler's ability to start the 2026 season on time. And this condition, thoracic outlet syndrome, is a condition in which bones or muscle press on the blood vessels in the upper chest near the shoulder, causing pain or numbness. Repetitive arm movements are a common cause, making baseball players and swimmers more susceptible, according to the Cleveland Clinic. Okay. Not my favorite part of a decode, or, I got to read the article a little bit. I just feel like it's my duty to do so. Now let's go ahead and hear what this YouTuber has to say about this situation. It's a little quick one here.
Breaking news, a pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies, Zack Wheeler, will undergo surgery for thoracic outlet syndrome of the blood clot and will be out for 6 to 8 months.
Well, wow, I think I did better than that guy. But shout out to him. Shout out to him. I need to really get forward here because we have a lot going on. So you notice his name, Wheeler. I know of this hockey player named Wheeler, okay? Blake Wheeler. So I'm like, let me just look at Blake Wheeler real quick. His birthday is upcoming. You see, 8 days after our article here. So I'm like, you get that name, Wheeler. The first character on the world stage I look at, Blake Wheeler, with that Wheeler connection. Birthday August 31st. As I sit here right now, August 23rd. Now, you can see right here, this ace pitcher, Zack Wheeler, needs additional surgery, out for the rest of the season, as he's got this issue going on. Look at that skin coming off his elbow right there. Is that normal? That looks disgusting, doesn't it? Is that just the skin flapping around? Anyways, so this guy needs additional surgery. Look at his birthday, May 30th, right here. I want you to see, and have you figured out that this is a decode channel yet? You like these connections? Magic algorithm. Positive vibes my way. Look at his birthday, how it's the 150th day of the year. I've seen this number in about 3 or 4 consecutive breakdowns. I just dropped the Sean Kemp sentencing for shooting, and he's a basketball player who shoots the basketball, but sentenced for shooting at a couple of men. um apparently he had good reason. Look at Sean Kemp Sr.'s got 50. This is all with the language. 150, excuse me. Again, to sync up with this Zack Wheeler birthday right here. So that story's trending. You see the 150 in the language. Also, the 150-day span, Brent Hines, his death date to his next birthday, 150-day span. Guitarist, known for a guitarist, singer, whatever. The band Mastodon. This guy dies. It's trending. Motorcycle accident. And you can see that 150. These are all top trending stories. Okay. And the 150 lands again. What about the Jake Paul trending story? Jake Joseph Paul in the language equates to 150. 1, 2, 3. That's 4 stories. That might be 4 out of the last 5. Just on the fly, possibly 4 out of the last 6 right there. And that 150 lands again. Okay, so check this out. So you look at the name Zachary Harris Wheeler. That's his full name here. I mean, this was maybe a week ago, tops. I've dropped 2 of these a day, roughly, right? Seems to be 2. Check that out. Harrison Bryant traded to the Texans from Philadelphia in the NFL, the Eagles. Okay, Harrison, and now Zachary Harrison Wheeler out for the season. Philadelphia connected there, but the baseball team? Hmm. I don't know. I mean, what do you think about all of these connections? Notice Kobe Bryant on the right. As I speak, it's Kobe Bryant's birthday, born in Philadelphia. And that connection obviously was connected to Kobe Bryant as well, as all of this stuff is Kemp, K like Kobe. Even it says Como News, 4 letters with Kobe, Kemp, and Como. Come on, right? All of this stuff, you can see how it's connected. Philadelphia connection with Kobe, all of these characters, and as I speak, it's Kobe Bryant's birthday. So look at how all of this stuff like kind of intertwines here.
Difficult area in his career. I mean, obviously, he signed a 2-year deal with the Phillies, and he was thinking about retiring after that, which would be next season. But I mean, the one thing that goes through your mind is this is not a typical injury. This is not like you need your rotator trimmed up or you have a little bit of a torn labrum. This is big time. I mean, blood clots are not something to mess with. Obviously, there's more problems that could go into it than not. So you do exactly what you can do to get yourself healthy, just to be healthy in the future. Period. Not necessarily even for baseball.
Okay. I thought I would incorporate that a little bit. I mean doing these daily, um I think these slides are very appealing to the eyes. Maybe mix it up with a little bit of just playing the phone like that. Sometimes I play the videos and I gotta edit them out because the volume doesn't cross over. So I don't know. I may get back to that video, but look at this stuff, man. For real. Even Blake Wheeler, that hockey player, connected with the last name. You could see again his birthday, the Wheeler connection, his birthday right around the corner. The first thing I think of when I think of Wheeler, the name and characters on the world stage, right? This hockey player. But look at dude's birthday's on the 31st, right? And look at the article date for Zack Wheeler, 8/23. 8 plus 23 is 31. It's wild. And I have more here. I had to cut out some stuff because it's overwhelming with the Kobe connection and undeniable. So look at this trending. It's the same story, but look at you see the different articles. Look what I notice here without trying very hard at all. Brutal Phillies news. $126 million Aces health crisis. So apparently this guy is worth that. They say he's the ace. 126 million, maybe the deal he signed or whatever. Dude, Kobe Bryant died 126. Come on, right? Zachary Harris Wheeler in ordinal 260 like 26. Bryant equals 26 to go along with that 26th day of the year death date back in 2020. I mean, that one rocked the sports world. I can honestly say, we maybe if you're around my age, I don't know. I remember where I was that day. So that was one of those days. I remember I think it was the day of the Pro Bowl. So maybe I'm not so aware. But I think it was I remember them saying, I remember sitting around. I was actually in prison and I think there was some Pro Bowl talk going on and it's like Kobe Bryant died. It's like, oh crap, that's something we're not going to forget, right? We were watching also reruns of what the hell Breaking Bad. That's interesting cuz Breaking Bad has the B like Bryant as well, right? The double B's. You even get BR. That's interesting. You get a lot of those letters in Bryant, huh? But yeah, they were doing a marathon. Now look, even Kobe Bryant in 2006 scored his career high 81 points. 2006 is like 26. So look at how this comes together here. Don't forget Jordan equals 26. Obviously connected to Kobe. Jordan's last game against the Philadelphia 76ers in the NBA. So 2006, like 26. Even I'm doing the research for this and it just hits like heavy. I don't even really got to try. And I look at Zack Wheeler on Google. Look at that. It says recent game, I guess, that he pitched. Look at that, man. They won 6-2. Or, they played Washington. You could say Washington lost, scoring 2 and giving up 6 to Philly. And that's amazing, man, because Michael Jordan's last game against the Philadelphia 76ers, he played for the freaking Washington Wizards in that last game. So you see how this works? Right? So like if I find out my mic's not on, I break my PC monitor and destroy everything, right? You know what I'm saying? Right? Ha ha ha. But I appear to be good here. That would be devastating, wouldn't it? Even Wheeler's got the W like Washington. And Blake Wheeler, the hockey player I mentioned, he at least at one point had the 26 on his jersey. Look at that. You know why that's also amazing? Because that team right there is the Winnipeg Jets. Winnipeg's got the W like Washington. So you can see how all this stuff just synchronizes, right? In a fake world. And look, I mean, Kobe Bryant obviously is connected to LeBron James, right? LeBron kind of took over for Kobe in LA. Maybe that's why Kobe was removed because of LeBron, but Blake Wheeler's middle name is James. Remember, this is a hockey player Blake Wheeler with the Zack Wheeler connection with this trending story as he's going to be out for the season with this injury connected to the hockey player by the last name Wheeler, and dude's name is James. You see the middle name highlighted up there above LeBron. And can you believe it? LeBron James passed Kobe on the NBA's all-time scoring list, playing for the Lakers against the Philadelphia 76ers. And I just mentioned that Michael Jordan connection, and you see the Washington Nationals in this recent game here. It's like Right? But check this out. LeBron passed Kobe on the all-time scoring list in this game one day before Kobe died. Look at the date, bottom right. 125. Okay? Zachary Harrison Wheeler equals 125. Straight up numerology. That slide hits heavy too.
As time goes on for your children, for your family. I think that's first and foremost here. And then you start thinking about baseball after everything is said and done. How will we look upon this brilliant season cut short when we take time to do so?
Yeah, I think you can look at it as obviously it's a shame. This is a shame that this is happening to him as the baseball player, but I'm just really thankful that they were able to find this before anything else went wrong. He is a husband and father of four, and that obviously takes precedence in his life, as well it should. But from a teammate standpoint, I think you got to realize how great he is and how much this team is going to miss him. And you heard Dave Dombrowski say, hey, the other guys have to pick up the slack.
Right? So that's wild. I like that. I like that. Okay? Now, I brought up that 81 point game for Kobe, okay? Right? You see that? Kobe Bean Bryant equals 81. Not really a big surprise. Don't forget Kobe started with that 8 on his jersey, and we're in the 8th month. So look at how everything cycles and comes around. Look at on the even down there, and 8 offensive rebounds. Anyways, we'll probably refer back to that. But look, 81, Kobe Bean Bryant 81. Zack Wheeler even connects there with 180 in reverse. This is the language, right? None of this is a stretch. And this exposes the fake world. When you see numbers line up, nothing compares when decoding. Other decoders will try to put this way down. I incorporate all aspects of decoding. Maybe I shouldn't say all, but these are like visual, like you can see it connections. The numbers, some people are like, huh? Like their brain is rotted from just scrolling TikTok and other social media platforms. They're like, huh, what? You're hurting my brain. It's like, dude, this stuff's not hard. But when these numbers line up, you can't deny it. And there's so many, I can't even point all of them out. Zack Wheeler, 180. Zachary Harrison Wheeler, 118. If I remember correctly, Los Angeles, California equals 118. If I remember correctly, like Lakers. Don't quote me on that, but if you're out there, Richard, you can verify if you don't mind in the comments. I'll obviously I'll check later. But look at how this lands here. Okay. Now, this still connects with that 81 point game. And yeah, this is a little bit longer, but I think I'm presenting well here. Okay. And I'm not perfect. I'm not an entertainer. This is a fake world. Look. Okay. You want to be entertained by some sellouts, and you're cool with the fake world, like you're caught up in it, you get all emotional over these stories. Okay, so be it. But look at this information. That 81 point game was on 122. You see that? That's amazing too, because that connects 3 days before the 125, obviously a different year. But with that LeBron connection, and then Kobe died the next day. So look at how these numbers line up. But that game was on 122. Okay. And very important day for basketball, because that's even Caitlin Clark's birthday, right? WNBA, probably going to end up being the greatest ever. That whole script. I mean, is she even, who she portrays? None of these characters are, but look at the 122, because it's a 12-week, 2-day span from us. We know now Zachary Harrison Wheeler will be out for the season, and it's a 12-week, 2-day span from his last birthday to this news, 122, and again, Kobe Bryant's birthday, right? And then the 122 connection with that 81-point game. Come on, right? Look at the 8 just shine on the jersey there. You know what I'm saying? And thoracic outlet syndrome, Wheeler was diagnosed with and will require additional surgery. 122 in the language. 4 base ciphers. I couldn't even put together any more slides. I just threw this. It's still a nice slide, isn't it? Look at the 45 on the jersey. Shout out to Richard West. I believe he pointed out the 45s and 54s connected to one of the last videos I made. Wheeler's got 45 on the jersey. Zack Wheeler, 54 and 54 in the language. Even Kobe Bean Bryant equals 54. Zachary equals 37 like Bryant. If I remember correctly, Lakers has the 37. Again, don't quote me on that Lakers part. Zach has 41 and 14 like LA. Kobe Bryant died at age 41. Kobe Bryant equals 41 in the language. You know, LeBron James equals 114 like 14. Look at how Wheeler has 76 with the Philadelphia 76ers NBA squad connected. Wheeler's got the 113 like Kobe Bryant equals 113. Okay, the National Basketball Association equals 113. Even Anthony Davis's birthday, Laker connection, but on the Mavericks now. His birthday is the 11th day of the 3rd month. Okay? And I brought up Harrison Bryant earlier with that other Kobe trending story. I mean, it was actually Harrison Bryant. But Kobe, look at it. You see? This is why I save everything. Eagles equals 113. And there's a lot of other 113s you could connect. Right? And there's going to be Michael Jordan equals 76 like Wheeler to go with that Philly connection. And this is just back to the basics on this next slide. Because Zack Wheeler is age 35. Zachary equals 35. His birthday is the 30th day of the 5th month, like 35. And you see how they have Zachary, Zachary. You know, but I guess when they write it Zach, it's Zack. It's pretty interesting, huh? I very solid.
Yeah, man, I saw that. It's tough. Yeah, it's tough to lose him.
Like one of his teammates or something.
Um, especially of his caliber, and this part of the season too. So, I mean, it's definitely it's tough for the team and the city.
Something else with that 35. Those 35s are nice, right? Oh, I mean with the 54. Excuse me. 45 on the jersey. Zack Wheeler 54 and 54. Look at Philadelphia's record right now. 54 losses. And look, their next win will be 75 or will be 76. Okay? And look at they have 41 home wins to go with those 41s. Right? And 70 75 plus 54 129. So, you know, there's 162 games in the season. So, will they get that 76th win? I'm going to say that I don't know. I don't like to do this. And I'm not making any prediction or anything, but I would say just for fun that Philadelphia will pick up their 76th win in their next game. And some may have negative energy. Some may have negative energy if you're maybe a Philadelphia fan. Okay, look, they played today, and look, they didn't win. You see that right there? But look at the Nationals got their 76 loss. You see how that works on the fly? That's why I don't make predictions. Look at that right there. Look at that, especially with sports. Look at this right here. The Nationals uh, stay on 76 losses, excuse me, with this. Oh, hold on. Yeah, they pick up their 76 loss. This is all on the fly right here, okay? Look, you see how that works? This is why you don't gamble. You see that right there? Any decoder who encourages you to gamble using this, good luck. Because you see how that works? I found that out with the Chiefs 49ers Super Bowl a few years back when I started getting pretty good at this. There's connections both ways. Look at that right there. The Nationals stay on 76 losses or pick up their 76 loss, and Philadelphia wins. So did I see that right? I don't know. Or maybe I didn't see that right. Let me know. My brain is kind of hurting right now. But you see what I mean, and back here you see Wheeler 76. See that? And that 76er connection. So, pretty good stuff right there. Pretty good stuff right there. So, when is the next game? Let's look at the next game over here. Tomorrow, Nationals at Phillies. You see that right there? Bam. Maybe they pick up their 76th win on the next start that's supposed to be the Zack Wheeler start. Isn't that interesting? That could be. You see, it's like riddles, isn't it? We may be at the 30. We could be at the 30-minute mark. Hopefully not 40. Not like it matters. But what do you think about that? There's going to be a lot in here. I could not get everything in here. Okay? I like that slide the best right there. But there's a lot of nice. Look, I mean, they're all nice, but that one pops. That really pops right there. And Zachary, yeah. Look at all those numbers. All of those numbers land lately, like for real. So yes, it's Kobe Bryant's birthday. Kobe Bryant's birthday. And I didn't even get a chance to mention Kamala. You know what I mean? That Harris. Wild, man. Okay? So that was fun. Could you imagine? I couldn't even imagine if if something goes wrong with this technology and somehow that this didn't record, devastating. Philadelphia's The Phillies ace Zack Wheeler needs additional surgery, is out for the rest of the season. The world stage. Until next time.